Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So earlier today in round 2, we got our first official look for Domino for Deadpool 2. And this came from none other than Mr. Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds. And he tweeted this image out, pretty much giving us the same delivery that he did for Deadpool 1 for the costume reveal first look. And I gotta say, man, between the two, nothing personal, Mr. Reynolds, but Zazie looks way better laying next to that fireplace. I mean, that's just my opinion. And I know Ryan Reynolds had a lot to do with the casting decisions for this film as well too. Because like I mentioned in the previous video, he's pushing hard for an African American female to play this role. And I don't mind when films take liberty with certain characters as long as they don't lose the essence of who that character is. But before I get too deep into talking about Zazie in this image, this reveal today had me thinking one thing. It's like I'm noticing a pattern here. So we know originally that the image of Deadpool was modeled after your old school Burt Reynolds bare naked laying on a bare rug. And it was a brilliant idea. I thought it was hilarious. And it was a great first look at this character for this franchise. But if Ryan Reynolds is truly doing a Burt Reynolds pattern here, I fear for the future. But hey, maybe I'm reading way too deep into this and I'm completely wrong. And I hope I'm wrong. Deeply. But also with what he requested for them to do with the character, I like how it all came together, and it actually turned out strikingly close to the concept art that we were shown a while back too. And I have a strong belief that with some of the things that Ryan was requesting for these characters, that he drew a lot of that influence from your Pam Grier, Burt Reynolds, 70s, 80s type of characters, and the studio listens. Because when you can take a $58 million budget and flip that into $420 million, they'll take whatever creative route that you say they should go, especially when they were scared to pull the trigger in the first place. And I do have to say, aside from that leaked footage that started it all, I think 2014's Kingsman gave him a little nudge too. And you can't tell me when you seen that back in 2014, you wasn't hoping and wishing to get a Deadpool movie like that. But either way, with us finally getting Domino in a feature film, being in Deadpool 2, just feels like we're getting one step closer to getting that X-Force movie. And it's like we hear announcements left or right, but like I said before, as many announcements as we hear, we get almost the same amount of news of something that's not going to happen all of a sudden. But when we get different pieces like the Domino photo that dropped today, it just gives us another solid character to add to the possibility of other movies coming out. And also ideas of what storylines we can see in those films. And I'm not saying we're going to get a movie called X-Force Sex and Violence. We may get a reference to it, but at the end of the day, they still want these films to be somewhat family friendly. Now, something that's more likely but way later on down the road will be something like Messiah War. And that possibly could be Fox's next big event right after Dark Phoenix. It would give them the opportunity to give us a better reveal on Mr. Sinister. They could easily bring back Apocalypse and do all this while giving us plenty of Deadpool. But fingers crossed, man, hopefully with the new characters that Fox is casting, they'll sit down and map out a plan that they can execute that'll allow them to utilize these characters in a linear shared universe. And anybody that's been rocking with me for a minute already knows that I said that the Starjammers is Fox's Guardians of the Galaxy that they just been sitting on. But I like to be optimistic and take signs like this image we got today and take it as a deed of good faith. Hopefully Fox will make it all happen, give us what we want, and get those billions of dollars in the box office, but we'll just have to wait and see. Shoot, we might need Domino and Longshot to make that happen though. And I wouldn't mind seeing Domino versus Longshot in the film too. I feel like in a coin toss between these two, it would just land on its side. But let me know you guys' thoughts in the comments below. What you think about the first official look at Domino, and what you guys think about the Fox films as far as where they're heading in the near future. I might redo the video I did a while back talking about the Fox characters and what huge Marvel events they could do, like on an Infinity Wars level, one of which being the Incursion. And that video is coming up real soon on my James Hudson playlist. And that storyline is pretty much made up of Wolverine's time travel destroying the universe. But all that we'll cover in another video, as well as who would play James Hudson in the feature film as well too. And that's one of the discussions we had on my Patreon page, so I'm gonna bring over to this channel in the video. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button. We'll do it again next time. Alright, later.